iMove. Tutorial 3. Changing characters at runtime.
In this video, we'll show you how to change characters at runtime. Head over to Mixamo to download another character. Or if you already have another character, you can skip this step. Make sure the file type is FBX for Unity, then click Download. Head over to the Characters folder that we created in the last video and make a new subfolder with the name of the new character. Drag and drop the FBX for Unity file into the folder. As usual, go to the Rig tab and change it to Humanoid, then click Apply. Since this is from Mixamo, we will need to import the textures and materials. Right-click the character import and create a prefab variant. Give it the name character prefab followed by the name of the character. Just like in Tutorial 2, set up the character using the iMove character setup component. For more info on this, see the previous tutorial. In case the character is not targeting correctly when using the parkour asset, you may need to change the offsets located in the GVS vault and GVS mantle components. If the Strider component is integrated, the iMove character setup will use the animation speed input to control Strider instead of the animation speed, giving the character a more realistic appearance when speeding up or slowing down. Next, add the character variant to the character list that we created in the previous session. Let's do a quick test to make sure this character is working properly. The character is working. Though it might be a good idea to tweak the parkour offsets, for now we will leave the offsets as is and head over to one of the integration demo scenes where we can copy the character change interactable. Here is the character change interactable that we want to copy and modify for our new scene.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
If we open up the demo scene prefab within the scene hierarchy, we can find the character change kiosk prefab. Click on the prefab within the inspector to reveal it in the project folders. Right-click the character change kiosk and create a prefab variant. Add your project name to the end of it. Now drag the variant over to the prefabs folder in your project. Creating prefab variants is a good way to ensure your prefabs are correctly referencing the original prefab. This way, if the asset developer pushes an update, your work won't be lost. If you open up the character kiosk variant, you will see that it contains the iMove Interactable component along with the character change interact component. Expanding the iMove Interactable will show you that it is referencing the character change interact. The character interact is a good example script for making your own custom interactions, but we will cover that in a later video. For now, drag the character change kiosk variant into the test scene. Let's replace the preview character with one that matches the character we are switching to. So right-click the original character import and create another prefab variant. Give it the character's name followed by the word preview. This way we will know it is a preview character. Open the preview character, then drag and drop the iMove translucent preview material onto the preview character. This material is located under the Glass Vault Studio shared files. Next, change the animator controller of the variant to the preview controller. This way the character won't be stuck in the T-pose. Now we can drag and drop the preview character into the character change kiosk that is in the test scene. Make sure the character change interact component has the correct index for that character in the character list. Let's hit play and see if it works. The change character interact is working as intended. The interact canvas isn't visible with the size of this character. We can move it upward so that it is above the character's head. Duplicate the character kiosk then repeat the previous steps for the other character. First, make the preview character variant. Then apply the translucent preview material as well as the preview animator controller. Quick tip, holding right mouse button while in the scene view will allow you to use WASD to move around in the scene. Rename each of the in-scene kiosks so that they represent their corresponding characters. Replace the character preview of the duplicated kiosk with its corresponding character preview. Ensure the character index for that kiosk matches the corresponding character in the character list. We're good to go. Let's test it out.
Let's do this.
It appears the kiosk colliders are overlapping too much. We can make them smaller or space them out a bit so that we get a proper lock onto the closest kiosk interactable. There we go. That should do it.
Let's do this.
The character change interact components are working as expected. Now let's try another approach, using a screen space canvas and calling the change character from list method from the iMove component on the player. Create a UI canvas within your demo scene. Next, add a legacy button to the canvas. Quick tip, with the canvas selected, press F. It will zoom to your selection. Modify the canvas scaler so that it scales with screen size. Then set the reference resolution to 1920 by 1080. We can adjust the button so that it is positioned on the left side of the screen, and let's make it a bit larger. Expand the button within the scene hierarchy to edit the text. We'll change the text to character 1 and make the font larger. Change the colors some so that we aren't stuck with the boring default. With the button selected, click the plus button for the on-click event. Here we can drag and drop the iMove player from the scene into the Unity event. Next, select the iMove component, followed by the change character from list method. Ensure the integer corresponds to the character you want from the character list. Duplicate the button with Ctrl D. Adjust the new button, and make sure the character change integer is set to a different character than the previous button that was copied. And that's it. Let's test it out.
What's up? Let's do this.
The character change UI is working as expected. This concludes the content for this session. Bye for now, and we'll see you in the next video.